What separates the Cheetah FlightPad database and chart services from the iPad chart subscriptions? Well, for starters, there are some important similarities. Both have full chart and database updates with pinch and zoom charting for all VFR and IFR charts, including approach charts and taxiway diagrams. Additionally, both automatically update your chart and database updates via a Wi-Fi connection. On TrueMap, just select Run Update. It will automatically log you onto the TrueFlight server and figure out which data and charts you need to download and display them. All you would do is just hit download and it will download and install them. There are 4 significant advantages with the Cheetah FlightPad subscription that are exclusive, that you will not see on any iPad application. First, exclusive subscription advantage. Ever been stuck with a question while using software and didn't really know the answer and didn't want to wade through the manual to look for an answer? TrueFlight is the only company in aviation that, as part of their subscription service, provides you with an app that actually allows you to invite TrueFlight support to view what you are seeing on your screen in real time while on the phone with them. And they can answer or show you how particular functions work. Now you can get support anywhere, anytime. And yes, we do provide weekend support. This is how it works. As long as you have a Wi-Fi connection, just launch the Virtual House Doctor app. In here you'll be given a code and just select Connect. Download the software. Install the software. And you'll be asked if you want us to join your remote session. Just select yes. And we can now see everything that is on your screen. And discuss with you in real time any features you have questions on, or how to change particular functions. Second exclusive subscription advantage. There is never a good reason to spend more money wasting fuel so you can fly to your destination slower. Yet, that's what many of us do. The typical winds aloft data you get as part of your pre-flight weather briefing is often not very accurate. This is because that winds aloft data is only updated every 12 hours and uses antiquated algorithms to figure out what the winds are. TrueFlight uses the extremely accurate NOAA Rapid Update Cycle winds aloft data. This is vastly superior due to its use of continuous hourly updates, more wind input variables, and most importantly, a significantly advanced algorithm. I've flown with it many times, and it's uncanny how accurate it is. The TrueFlight server processes this data and automatically sends it to the Cheetah FlightPad via Wi-Fi connection right before your flight. The Cheetah FlightPad then automatically crunches all the numbers based on your aircraft's performance and the route of flight and shows you the most fuel efficient as well as the fastest flight levels. Fuel consumption also takes into consideration fuel burn decline to each of the flight levels, so there's nothing that you have to figure out. In this case here, you can see up at 6,000 feet, you'll shave 13 minutes of your existing time, and your fuel burn would be 32 gallons, the lowest of all these options here. Say you average 10 gallons an hour, and it's $6 a gallon, that'll bring you up to $60 an hour. Now let's say you average about 75 hours a year. That's going to bring your fuel bill up to $4,500 annually. With this wind to loft feature, you should save roughly between $300 and a little over $500 a year, which of course is way more than your subscription. Third exclusive subscription advantage. If you fly IFR, this is an important one. With the TrueFlight Approach overlay data, you can do several things you could never do on an iPad.
The standard way the iPad apps display approaches is by placing your aircraft on a north-up chart. This means, depending on the approach, you could be flying on the screen sideways, backwards, or upside down. What you see on the screen is not what you would see out the window. In this example, you can see there's no easy way to see exactly how many degrees of correction you need, which is the most basic requirement of any approach. With TrueFlight, what you see on the screen is track up. What you see on the screen is exactly what you see out the window. Nothing could be easier. Imagine taking a printed approach chart that is roughly 8 inches tall, which is not perfectly drawn to scale to begin with, and then stretching it out more than 100,000 times its original size to simulate an actual 10-mile plus an approach. As part of your subscription, TrueFlight approaches use the actual NavAid data points of all the waypoints and altitudes that make up the approach. This means you are never more than 2 feet off in accuracy during an approach. That's why we say we don't line you up with the runway, we line you up with the center line of the runway. iPad approach charts don't address the main cause of accidents. All approach accidents have one thing in common: accidentally getting too low and striking the ground. The iPad approach chart apps don't address this because they have no way to store the altitude information to alert you before you bust in altitude or worse. Because with the TrueFlight subscription you get all the approach altitude segments, you also get automatic alerts to prevent you from busting in altitude before it turns into a problem. So you'll see here each segment you cross is going to show you what altitude you have to be at or above and alert you with an arrow. You can also see that you have automatic tower alert function during your approach as well.
Fourth, exclusive subscription advantage. As part of your subscription, you get data link weather with no XM monthly subscription costs and without the need to buy additional hardware such as an ADS-B receiver. TrueFlight provides live weather via Wi-Fi connection to the Cheetah flight pad. Most iPad apps display weather if you have a Wi-Fi connection, but the problem is they just show you a stagnant north-up map, and so you're not seeing this in relation to your aircraft. You're seeing it the same way as you would see it on TV.
With TrueFlight, we actually process the weather on our own server, so we can automatically send it to you via Wi-Fi with all the weather geolocated in direct relation to your current position, which makes your weather information far more useful. When you look at the screen, you can see the exact relative bearings of all storm activity and the most efficient deviation instantly. You can also overlay different types of navigational data or declutter the map like this. We are the only company that displays so much important METAR information graphically, so at a glance you can get a really good picture of what's going on. These vertical bars show you the condition of the ceiling, and the horizontal bars show you the condition of the visibility. The color lets you know the status. So green would be VFR, yellow marginal VFR, red IFR, and magenta low IFR. So you can see we're leaving an area of solid VFR, entering some marginal VFR ceilings. Straight ahead here we have solid IFR, ceiling, and visibility. And a little further up here we've got low IFR ceiling with IFR visibility. We also have the indicators of RA or SN for rain or snow. And once again, green would be the lightest or the best, yellow is moderate, and if you see red, it's heavy. So for instance up here with this identifier JYG, we've got moderate rain, an IFR visibility, and in this case they're not reporting the ceiling. The other thing we do is we take the airport identifiers and they will either be in green, yellow, or red. Green means the information is less than a half an hour old. Yellow means it's in half an hour to an hour, and red means it's in excess of an hour since they reported. So at a glance here you can get a pretty good idea of the conditions up ahead here. In this case they're not particularly good. If you have any questions about TrueFlight subscriptions, please contact us at 800-493-4071.